go to my Facebook and hit live. Hello, wait. Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second. Looks like we gotta
No, we're live.
reload.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Super Genius Masterminds. Well, James and I were here together, and now it's just me. Thank you for joining us. I'm not actually connected to social, so if you're popping in to say hi, hello, and it's winter here, so I've got one glove on, and there's no particular reason for that.
Okay, so
to put it on.
I'm not sure, for those who are watching in, I'm not sure what took place. Let me make sure my lovely co-host hops on here, or at least I can see her face.
Yeah, I'm here, James.
Before, I can see her face on my social media, but why can't I see her face on here? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so Lord, imagine that, the technical difficulties. Okay, so we are going to get, I'm not sure what happened, Lisa, but we are rolling. You can hear, okay, you can hear me okay and everything?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh Lord. Here, okay, well, we gotta, Lord, I'm sure everything is gonna work itself out as we go along. So while I wait for my lovely co-host to hop back up, I am James Valentine, the Ascension Coach. And what I do is I help people connect with higher states of consciousness, align with their higher selves, discover their soul's purpose, empowering them to live a life of joy, abundance, love, and fulfillment. I am, my co-host is hopping on now, and her stage, you look lovely. I didn't say that to you. I said that to the audience, but you look lovely today. Lisa, tell me you can hear me okay.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Ooh, got slow internet.
What is it? Is it my stuff? Okay, so I'm not sure if it's my stuff or some technical difficulty on some other end or whatever. But we are going to, I'm gonna let Lisa introduce herself, and then we're gonna hop into it and see how that works.
Can you actually
There she
hear
goes.
me, James?
Okay, everything's, I can hear you perfect now, yes.
Okay, so from what I see on my end, you're very pixelated and slow. So I don't know if it's my end or your end, but as long as we can hear each other for now, we'll muddle our way through it, right? Imagine that.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Let's do it. So I introduced myself while I didn't see you. So I'll let you introduce yourself and we'll get started.
Thank you. Well, my name's Lisa Marie, surname Marie, just to clarify that. And I help people become limitless. And I'm talking to the people who are those people seeking greatness, who are the action takers. They believe it's possible, but somehow they keep hitting an internal ceiling. I've been there and I found a way through. So that is what I teach through a powerful fusion of neuroscience, quantum physics, and ancient wisdom to help you go beyond ordinary. Thank you, James. Hopefully you can hear me.
I love it. I love it. This is going to be a fun episode. I'm not sure how this is going to look at the end, but as you said, we're going to muddle through it. So we are talking, Lisa and I are talking today about, imagine that, how to wake up your creative power. And Lisa, this was actually one of the subjects that were in our spreadsheet. I just kind of tweaked it and made it our thing. But And for us, it's the same way, right? Like if we will take a moment to imagine what our best life looks like, then for me, we have the ability to create whatever that scene is. Or I know some people have challenges imagining, but even if you can just feel what that ideal reality feels like, you have the ability to create that on the screen of time and space. So, Lisa, I'll let you share what kind of your take on that whole imagine that, how to wake up your creative power. Oh, here's the crew's coming in. Okay.
Yes, LinkedIn is being very goofy. This is like a robot show.
LinkedIn is being goofy. Yes, it is being goofy.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I'm just going to talk, James, and we'll muddle our way through this. There, you know, my partner says that because I do a lot of dream building, and I've been able to live the reality of a lot of my dreams. And that's because I saw it in my mind first, and then just was like a dog on a bone with it. I never let go of it. And I had to take the right action steps to make sure that those goals and dreams came true. And sometimes all it was, I have a process where this is my vision book. Every New Year's Eve, I write down I brain dump as many wild dreams as possible. And sometimes I don't even revisit those because they're that far in the future. Like I'm working on the ones that I know that I want to achieve for this coming year. But sometimes I don't revisit them, and I go back and look at what I've done over the years, and I think, oh, wow, I've actually ticked that one off. That's amazing. And because one of the keys is also when you imagine it, the process is now in action, and the secret is to actually let it go and not have any angst attached to it of I've got to get this thing. So that's one of my things. And we all know that you are not your brain. This is Barry, by the way. And what that is the hardware. However, when we have a thought, millions of neurotransmitters go off and create some kind of chemical reaction in the body, and those create feelings and emotions. And so we always create whatever is going on here up in Barry is actually in the creative process. So if you've got negative, angry, sad, depressed, anxious thoughts, you're going to be constantly, that's basically picking that up, putting that on your timeline in the future, and you're going to keep experiencing that. When I was 8 years old, there's lots of things here. When I was 8 years old, I was introduced to a competitive swimming club, and for me, that was actually my survival in my abusive household. And my coach actually taught me how to do mind movies. And I'm sure we will have James coming back soon. So I'm sort of thinking, I'm hoping you can see me, and I'll just keep talking anyway. And so what we were taught to do mind movies of swimming the race in our mind, and of course winning, going through the whole thing. And you would have a physiological response. Your body would react. You would start to, your heart rate would increase, your muscles would start twitching, and that your body, your mind doesn't know the difference between you imagining it or physically doing it. And that is the power of what energy is in the creative process. There's actually many of you who have been around for a while may have heard of Dr. Dennis Waitley. He's one of the great motivational philosophers of our yesteryear. And during the 1980s, he actually served as the chairman of psychology on the US Olympic Committee's Sports Medicine Council. And he was responsible for the performance enhancement of the US athletes. Now, also, if you've ever watched The Secret, the documentary back in around 2005 or 2007, and let me know in the comment box if you have watched The Secret, and then somebody grabbed hold of it and tried to make lots of money out of it the wrong way. The law of attraction is real. And Dr. Dennis Waitley was actually one of the speakers in that documentary, talking about, they would put the athletes up against biofeedback equipment, and they would watch their brain activity during that mind-moving process. Welcome back, James. So I think there is a massive delay going on here. I don't even know if James can hear me. Hello, James. Oh, goodness gracious me. This is a fun session. I'd really love James to start talking, but I don't think he can hear me. Oh, this is hilarious. I think I need to send him a private message. So basically, what did I do with my phone? It's on charge under the table. Hang on a tick. All right, I'm back. So I'm going to send James a message so he can just start talking, because I don't think he can hear me. This is hilarious. Let me see if any of y'all can hear me. Hopefully there's comments in the comment box. All right. James, start talking. Oh dear. Okay. Well, until James starts talking, I'm going to keep talking because I love to talk, in case you didn't guess. So on, what I'm talking about here is both the combination of you might have to carry this one. I'm not sure what's going on. Yes, that's exactly right. Can you start talking? James, okay, I'm doing great. Thank you, Jason. This is hilarious. Okay, so from the science perspective, and by the way, I'm not just pulling this out of my hat. I was actually a medical scientist for 15 years. And we know that the body is electromagnetic, and that it emits a frequency that can be measured. And that is part of our energetic field. The earth is electromagnetic. Everything has a frequency. And so do our emotions. And if we're living in the hormones of survival, our frequency is very low. Our energetic footprint is very, very low. And generally, those survival areas, if we're talking about our chakra system, they're in the lower levels, and they are actually blocked and clogged up. And when that happens, energy can't even flow in our body. And so people who are in that state also find it very difficult to imagine, to turn all the emanations, all the monkey mind chatter off. And you're not in the creative process when you do that. Oh, bless. Imagine that. James keeps coming and going. Oh, the poor sweetheart. So I'll just keep talking. When we start to have our frequency rise, our energy rise. Hey, James, how you going? Oh, I don't know if he can see me, but he definitely can't hear me. And he's not responding. What's going on? Oh, my Lord. This is hilarious. Poor sweetheart. I love you, James. By the way, you're looking really good. So just keep standing there looking good, my friend. So if we raise our frequency, I'd really love him to talk. I'm sending him messages to talk. Oh, darling. James, start talking. Oh.
So I'm gonna start talking, and hopefully the reason why I've been kind of hesitant to. I feel like Lisa just threw a like she was drowning. I need to come save her, but I mean she's doing amazing. But I can barely hear because it's breaking up what Lisa's saying, and so I didn't even know where to jump in that, or because I could never really, there was never a clear stream of talking, and I don't know what's going on. I'm in a place where it should be amazing Wi-Fi. There's other people around me on their Wi-Fi, so I'm not even sure what's going on. But I want to add this piece because this is kind of my wheelhouse. This is kind of my wheelhouse, and something that I immerse myself in every single day. Now, I come from, as an ascension coach, I come from the place that everything is consciousness. Ever said consciousness is the only reality. So I know we're moving, and we probably don't have enough time to really go into it. I might even hop on live tomorrow, just an impromptu live, to really go deeper into what I would have said. But I come from the space that consciousness is the only reality, that all that we're experiencing out here is just a projection, a hologram, if you may. So it is experiencing it in consciousness. It is experiencing it in your imagination that gets projected out on the screen of time and space. And so when you look at the body is neutral. The body doesn't do anything that the mind doesn't direct it to do. So the body's just a vehicle. It's an instrument. It's a vessel. The true self and the true reality is consciousness, is imagination. And so going there in imagination causes that where you went to an imagination to now begin to form around you as a 3D reality experience. But I think so few people, I think, get this and understand this, because we're still at times in the illusory dream. Say that again, in the illusory dream, trying to make things happen instead of being in truth, in the true self, in consciousness. And from there, and I remember doing a TikTok one time, and I said that once you embody, well, not so much embody, but once you imagine and go to that place in consciousness where you have what it is that you desire to have, I forgot how I said, but I said like this: the steps to get to that experience in your 3D reality will be laid out for you. So yes, there is doing involved. As far as what I teach, I also teach there's doing involved, but you arrive at the place where the doing is supposed to take, it's I forgot what it's called. Inspired action, maybe that's a good word for it. You will be inspired to take that action. So it's in no way are you, for me and what I teach, trying to make something happen. You are stepping into that self-concept where you have it, where you are it, where you are doing it, and then the universe lays out the path for you to walk in. Next thing, all of a sudden you got a store and you're just having a conversation with the clerk, and that's your next step. Or, you're sitting behind somebody, they're reading something in the newspaper, and you go, oh, that's your next step. So it's matter of fact, in the Tao, it's called non-doing. It's doing by non-doing. And so you're not trying to make it happen. You're just following in the steps that are laid out before you, because you have decided this is who I am, or this is what I want to have, or this is what I want to be. What I want to do, what I want to have, and what I want to be. So it's really easy and effortless action. And I know some people are exhausting themselves, making things happen and exerting so much effort and feel like I got to do all this and do all that. And I don't knock that. Like, that's their path. But I can attest, it gets to be easy. It gets to be easy. There are so many steps that have just been laid out before me. And when I mean steps, I'm talking about ideas as well. And the idea will come, oh, let me reach out to Mike and see if he's still doing this. Or, oh, you know what? Lisa and I have great chemistry. Melissa and I have great chemistry. Let's see if we all want to come together. So it's the steps are laid out for you where we don't have to make it happen. But the biggest thing for me that I'm walking in and I'm immersing myself in every single day, and I'm really, like, I'm in the lab right now. It's what I call when I'm really going deep into the space where I can get to the point where I can articulate it. But I'm in the lab right now where I'm understanding that, James, you just, whether I'm with eyes closed or eyes open, you just need to feel as if you are experiencing what it is. And this is the way I see it. I become conscious of having what I desire to have. I become conscious of being and doing it. In other words, I am the awareness that is seeing my character avatar as if he already has it, as if he's already doing it. Now, the 3D reality may not shift immediately, but it's now vibrating into space. I heard one of the things I heard Lisa to say was frequency, but once you get into it in consciousness and get to the point where you feel as if you are seeing yourself living in that reality, now the reality has to form, has to vibrate into place to match that self-concept. So again, I'm in the lab, so I'm still working through how to articulate it, though it's easy for me to be in it. It's just the challenge is articulating it. But that's how I view imagine that how to wake up your creative power. It is just getting into that vibration, internally, that energetic vibration internally, which is your soul, which is your consciousness. And then from there, viewing your character avatar, viewing your personality self, viewing your seemingly separate self as if he's already experiencing. And I'll give you a good example. If I imagine that I am a millionaire, but I'm still in this room. This room still looks like what it was before I imagined it, whatever. What I do is I now imagine not only that I'm a millionaire, but I'm a millionaire in this room. A second ago, I wasn't a millionaire in this room, but I shifted to a place in consciousness where now the James that is here is a millionaire. He's a millionaire. I don't care what room I'm in, where I'm at, what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. That version is now a millionaire. It is also kind of what I teach around parallel realities, which is just a shift in consciousness. So you can literally go from being a not enough version of yourself to a more than enough version of yourself by just observing your character avatar in the place of having, again, what you desire to have. Hopefully that makes sense. So Lisa, I'll let you go. I thank you for that kind of just tangent let me go off on.
I don't know if you can hear me.
So did you want to add in? Oh, no, hold on, let me see. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I'm in the lab learning how to, I'm probably gonna come out with a workshop or a program around that soon. Matter of fact, I've already started mapping it out, but I'm just in the lab now, just working on how to best articulate that. And absolutely add something. Absolutely.
Thank you. James actually can't hear me. So I'm actually typing him questions. So that's what I think James articulated that so well, because the whole imagining process, which is basically what I've been doing for 47 years now, is once you've actually seen it in your mind, it already exists. It's already out there on your timeline. But the problem is we think that we're stuck in this 3D reality, and there's a time-space reality. So we can associate with imagining, I want to travel the world, but I need to get all this money to be able to do that. So we think that there's a timeline. The other thing is, and I love the word lab as well, because we are a human laboratory. Of course, I've got my little science hat on here. And so everything is, I regard everything as an experiment. And so when you are in the lab, is you just keep experimenting until the outcome arrives. But exactly what James said is, you can bump into somebody randomly and they are your next step in your process, because they've told you about an event, or they've referred you to a friend, or they've pointed you in that direction. And so you have to be aware and awake to take on these signs that are here every single day, that are just putting things on our timeline so we get that thing. And it's really fun when you, because I'm sitting in my room as a multimillionaire. And it's, it's in the process. When I was poor, sick, and homeless, I was imagining I was a multimillionaire. And so it's everything James said. Yeah, bring out the science nerd stuff, Chasen. Always. But this has been a very interesting session, and I thank you all for being very patient with James and I not even hearing each other. So I'm just going to send him a little message to say I'm closing out. What else did he say? It's still breaking up. I'm closing out. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a hoot. So we'll see you next week, hopefully with better internet. Mwah! Thank you so much. Put comments below if you want us to talk about a particular topic. And